welcome to the newest episode of Arise with Amber, the podcast. I'm so grateful to have all of you here, and I am so excited for my next guest because she was very closely tied to Jazz, my mother in love, as to who you guys wanted to hear from. So we have my daughter London today.
Hi.
So excited. She was just saying as we were setting up, are you nervous?
Yeah.
Yeah, have you done a podcast with Daddy before, haven't you, or no?
No, we only did that Christmas thing with Ant-Man.
Okay. You were good at that, though. You crushed that. Okay. So I got a lot of questions from my Instagram, and a lot of you, we're going to do just a rapid fire, easy questions first, so you don't get nervous, okay?
Okay.
What's your favorite color?
Pink.
What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Chocolate.
What's your favorite sport?
Volleyball.
Favorite book of the Bible?
Romans.
Oh. Favorite Christian band or singer?
Phil Wickham or Brandon Lake.
Good choices. Favorite Bible verse?
John 16:33.
Why?
Because one night I was really sad, and then I just opened my Bible to a random verse, and I looked at the top, and the first thing was John 16:33.
What is that verse?
I have said these things to you, that in me you may have peace. For in this world you will have tribulation, but take heart, I have overcome the world.
Do you have a first memory? What is your first memory that you can remember?
I don't know, maybe like Disney World when I was 5 or something.
Okay. What do you remember about that?
I remember because it was my 5th birthday, and I remember we were having lunch, and the princesses came and served us, and I was really excited.
What was your favorite princess?
I think, at Disney World, probably Cinderella.
Okay. Because that was how Daddy used to be able to get you to stop crying when Mommy left the house. That was actually, I think, the first movie you ever watched was Cinderella. And so I would come home sometimes, and she would be asleep on Granger, and that was like a way that he got her to calm down whenever she was a baby. Next question, how was it having a singer for a dad? Do you miss watching Daddy sing on stage?
The other day I was actually thinking about that because I went up here and I was seeing like everything, and yeah, I miss it, but and it was good.
What was your favorite part of being like on tour?
Riding on the bus.
Like sleeping in the bunk and stuff?
Yeah.
Were you able to sleep well on the bus?
Yeah, but I was also like 8.
That's true. Usually you can sleep anywhere. Okay, what is your favorite thing about being a big sister?
Getting to do school things first and then rub it in their face.
Which happened this week because London went to camp, and she went to a 3-day camp. She got to go away. She had a really, really fun time.
And next time he goes, I'm going to be in Washington. The first time he goes, I'm going to be in Washington, D.C.
That's true. So they went to a camp in a different city, like an hour away. And because they were at the camp for 3 days, she gets to stay home from school today. She got the choice of staying home. However, it kind of backfired because Lincoln is home because he has allergies.
And he got me sick, too. Mavi got me and Lincoln sick.
All my kids are sniffling and coughing and not feeling their best. So she's a little frustrated because it was supposed to be something special for her to get to stay home by herself today, and now Lincoln's home. And
now I sound like this.
Coughing. But there's also a ton of stuff in the air. Like so much trees and cedar and all the things. Okay. What is something that not many people know about you?
I have Tourette syndrome.
Well, that was just laid it all out. Okay, so tell me about that.
Okay, so Tourette syndrome is like, I don't have like Tourette syndrome, but I have a form of it, and it's really common. But it's a disorder in your nervous system, which is in your brain, where you like do things like.
We used to call them habits.
Yeah.
You do things either vocal or motor with your body that are involuntary.
And I have motor tics, which is like, I've been doing this a lot because I've been nervous today, but like rolling my eyes, or like I have one with my stomach and then with my eyebrows. I was going to make a video on this, but.
Well, she did. She made a video, but I don't think you posted the last one that you did.
No. And then like, so I have only motor tics. I don't have any vocal. So that means I have chronic tic disorder. So yeah.
So it's called chronic tick disorder because you've had it since you were 8?
Yeah. 7.5.
8? Okay. So we aren't sure what causes these. It could have been lots of things. It could have been a sickness that she got in Colorado. She had like an altitude type sickness. She got a virus that, if you'll remember on the Smiths, we went to the doctor. We showed that where she had her blood drawn.
It's in our old intro. I was like,
yeah, her neck was kind of twisted. She had like a huge lump on her neck, and we were really worried about her. And the doctors couldn't tell us what was wrong. They just said it was something viral. But shortly after that is when she developed these motor tics. And so the first one was her hands. I would notice while she was doing her homework, she would kind of be going like this.
Yeah, and that also ties with like my OCD because, wait, can I see your phone real quick?
Yeah.
I'll be like on my phone or something, and I'll press something, I'll go.
Yeah, that's a new one that you have. You have a tapping one right now.
Yeah, and yeah.
So we also didn't know if it was caused from, so they can be caused by all kinds of things. It could just be in your body. It could be from a trauma, which we didn't know if maybe the loss of River had caused them to come out, or if something called pandas, which is like a viral infection that doesn't quite heal, that affects your neurological system, that causes you to have these tics. But we hid it for a long time, but we prayed through it and we talked about it, but it's been going on 4.5 years now.
Yeah. And Paul's cut out every single time I've done it in the Smiths.
Yeah, Paul has cut out, he's so sweet. If he noticed that she had like a long eye tick or something, he would cut it out for us. And it's so common. It's so common in adolescence, especially between the ages of 8 and like 12.
Yeah.
So we were praying that they would go away by the time that she was 12. I think 13 is going to be her year. She turns 13 this year. But they move and they transfer. So started with her hands, moved to her eyebrows, her eyes, her neck, and now she has one in her belly.
Yeah, and then I also have like some with my feet.
Yeah, and we've met a few other families with little girls who have the same thing, and they have felt so close to London by knowing that they're not alone in having these because they are so common. In most cases, they go away just naturally, and she takes vitamins, so we take 3 vitamins a day to kind of...
And they're disgusting.
She doesn't like one of them. 3 vitamins a day to kind of help with that. But other things can affect it too. Screen time, which she hates when I say that. Sugar, excessive sugar can have an effect. And she is a chocoholic. She loves her chocolate. And sometimes that can affect them. Also, when she's super excited.
Or super nervous, or when we talk about it.
Or super nervous, or like we're talking about them right now. Or when she's really mad. But have they just kind of become part of you?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I think you've handled them with such grace. There have been times at night when, when we would cry together because they would hurt her sometimes, especially the eye tick or the tummy tick. It literally feels like you're doing an ab workout all day long.
Like, imagine, doing a sit-up, you're standing up, but imagine doing, it feels like when you do a sit-up or, a crunch or something, just, every second.
Yeah.
And I can't help it. I can't do anything about it.
Yeah, she can't. It's just involuntary. So we're working through that, and we're praying, if you will pray with us, that these will just subside, by the time that she's 13, or whenever the Lord decides. We know that, as with Paul, given the thorn in the flesh, sometimes God gives us things to carry and walk with, so it brings us closer to him.
And Louis Capaldi and Billie Eilish have it. So.
That's true. And so we watched a lot of videos of other people who have this. If you have it, hopefully this can be an encouragement to you, or if your child has it, that we're walking that road with you.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. What do you enjoy doing with your mom or dad the most?
Going shopping.
I knew you were going to say that. Okay, that's just with me. Mm-hmm. She loves going shopping. And one thing that I love is I remember growing up with my mom and getting to go clothes shopping with her. And it was so much fun getting to try on the clothes in the dressing rooms. And I love doing that with London. And she is so fun and dances all the time in the dressing room. So we like to go shopping together. But what is something that you like to do with Daddy?
Go on mission trips.
Yeah.
And go shopping for mission trips.
Which is much more all about the soul and much deeper than just going shopping. So tell me about that. Tell me about your last mission trip. You don't have to say where you went. I don't even know if we've said that.
We can't say that.
Okay. Then just say, was it what you expected? Was it harder than expected? Did you learn a lot from it?
Me and Daddy were really prepared because we went to REI 4 months before we went. Yeah, it was really hard because we went hiking, but it's not like a normal hike, like you got on a road or something, it's like uphill for 8 hours trying to get to a village where people don't know about Jesus. So
she hiked a mountain for 8 hours. We thought, oh, they'll hike for a little bit. It was 8 hours of hiking up a mountain.
And that was only for the first day, and I cried.
With very little water. And she was scared because they were calling it agua muerta, which was death water.
Agua de muerte.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they bought these grails, which filters the water. So anytime they would find a stream, they would drink their water. But she was exhausted that
One
first
time,
day.
we went up the tallest hill with a lady who had like a bunch of like demon stuff everywhere. Oh, sorry. And I didn't have my grail. I didn't have it. Daddy had it, and he went hiking with our friend, who a different way, and I didn't have my grail, and then the first night I threw up nothing.
Yeah,
I was just.
So I get a text from her on the satellite way that they could talk, and she was just like, "I'm tired. I'm scared. I want to come home. There's no food. I'm scared to go to the bathroom. There's not any water." And she felt sick after hiking for 8 hours.
We got fleas.
Oh yeah, fleas and ticks, right?
Yeah,
no?
well,
Fleas,
I didn't get
mosquitoes.
ticks, but some people on our team got ticks. I counted when we got home. I counted how many bug bites I had. 67.
And it took like months for them to heal.
I still have scars.
Yeah. But I'm sure I know what you're going to say. But do you think that grew you?
Yeah.
That trip. What was your favorite part?
When because I was in charge of the kids, so there was 4 teenagers on our team, and I was the youngest on our team. But we were in charge of the kids because when like a bunch of Americans come to your house and like you don't you're in the mountains, you don't talk to anybody, and you have parasites and it's embarrassing and stuff. You don't you're scared because in the schools there they teach that America is really bad. When 4 kids come and they start playing with your kids, it's like, oh, okay, these people can't be that bad, and they actually open up to us. And so when I was in charge of the kids, it was really fun because they were in Spanish, but we had to sing little songs about Jesus with the kids and make bracelets and stuff.
That was your favorite part.
Yeah.
How was the food? You can't see her face if you're just listening. You can't see her face, but she's kind of like, ooh. She still can't eat rice.
No, I can't eat rice or Kinder Buenos because we brought those. I can barely eat chopsticks.
And gummy bears.
And I can't eat gummy bears.
So they packed all of these
disgusting
things in their pack to sustain them on the mountain. And now all of those things that they ate for 7 days or whatever, they can't eat anymore. Yeah. So I made rice the other night, and she was just like, I still can't eat it. I still can't eat it.
Yeah, we had rice at school, and it was, I can't eat rice.
Do you have a heart for missions?
Yes.
Yeah.
Daddy's on a mission trip right now.
Yeah. And they're going to go back somewhere this summer. And I don't even know I think I told you this, but
to the same place.
Yes. I cried so hard when they drove away. And I knew that she was a little scared, but she was being so strong and not showing me. But whenever I was here with my mother-in-law in love, and we were standing outside and we were waving goodbye to them in the truck. And it's scary when you send your family off to a unknown place, and there's just so many unknowns.
And it's not safe there. The government caught us twice.
Yeah, it's not safe the places they were going. We both cried as they left, and my mother-in-law said, with tears in her eyes, she said, the price of Christianity. And you don't realize when you come to Jesus, the sacrifices and the surrender that you have to have. You have to live your life with open hands. And I had to, Granger and London were very strongly wanting to do this. And so I knew that that's where the Lord was leading them. So I have to say, okay, God, I trust you, and open my hands. But I hit my knees by your bed when you left, and I cried so hard just over you and over the Lord's protection of you and Daddy. But just for him to protect you and for him to give me strength.
And I don't know if you remember this, but one of the last things I said to you before we left was, I don't want to go.
You didn't say that to me.
Do you remember that?
No.
Yes, I did. I said, I don't want to go. I don't want to leave.
Well, you said you don't want to leave. Yeah, but you were you didn't, because I said, are you feeling good? Are you okay? And you're like, I'm okay. But then I think she did say, I don't want to leave. And she gave me a big hug with tears in her eyes. But she was so strong. And now Lincoln wants to go. but I don't know that Lincoln could survive 8 hours on a mountain right now. So we might wait a little longer for him. But yes, they're going to go again this summer, and it has been such a joy to see your growth and watch you do what the Lord has called you to do. Okay, so to that point, what are some things that give you joy? Somebody said you have such a radiant, joyful heart for God.
Chocolate, volleyball, my friends. I really like art and writing stories, and I won first place at a writing competition.
She did. She actually has to go back. She goes to state for a writing competition. She and Lincoln got first place in their writing. So she has the gift that her daddy does in writing, and I love reading her stories. So I guess I could say, are you going to write a book someday?
I'm thinking about it.
Okay. That kind of goes with this next question. Have you read your daddy's book?
Yes.
How was that for you, reading that?
Really good, but I cried like 7 times, I think.
Yeah. Were there things in there that you weren't prepared for?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, before I read the whole thing, because I finished the whole thing like 2 months ago, we were in New York on the day of the release, and we're at Entertainment Tonight, and I didn't know about Daddy's Dark Night of the Soul. If you've read Chapter 7, I didn't know about that. They didn't tell me about that, and I was on the other side of the room, and so to get out of the room, I would have had to like cut through the thing, so I just sat there like thinking.
Yeah, so the Dark Night of the Soul, if you guys have read Like a River, you know what that chapter's about. We almost lost Granger. He went to a very dark place after the grief of losing River, and we had been talking about, when do we tell the kids? Because the book was coming out. We knew that people were going to read it. We knew that their friends would probably be talking about it at school.
And we didn't know the girl was going to ask Daddy about that.
Yeah.
Or y'all didn't, at least.
And I kept saying, we have to talk to the kids. We have to talk to the kids. We have to tell them. They're going to hear it from somebody else. And I don't want them to hear it from somebody else. So we go to New York, and in the middle of an interview, London is standing off to the back. And the interviewer, in her kindness, she said, you guys are an open family, right? You guys trust each other. And I said, yeah. Do you need a coffee? You can get a drink?
Yeah.
Okay, she's going to get a drink. You know what? I don't even mind that this is raw. She could just walk around while I'm talking about this. So she had asked the question about it, and when Granger said that he had a gun.
No, but he said, sorry, he said a 9mm, I think, and I thought that was like a bottle of Coke or something.
A bottle of Coke?
Yeah.
So but when it finally clicked in her mind what we were saying and what Granger was talking about, I was on the other side of the room, and I just saw her face, and it just fell. And then, Chris and everybody who was with us was like, get her out of there. Get her out of there.
Get her out.
Get her out. I was like.
But I didn't see anything. I just, totally blacked out.
Yeah.
And almost every single time I'm on YouTube, that same video from Entertainment Tonight's on there, and I'm just like, oh. Yeah. I haven't watched it, but I don't want to.
I could have pulled her out, but the speaker was also playing in the hall, so she would have heard it either way. So we waited till the end of the interview. She made a beeline out the door. She went into the bathroom by herself and shut the door. And I pushed through, and I said, are you okay? And she said, nope.
I shut the door.
And she just shut the door. And we cried together, and we spent 2 days. Everybody else went out in New York to go do more stuff, and we laid in the hotel and cried together. And she read that chapter. But I told her, I said, you can't only read chapter 7, you have to read chapter 8, because chapter 8 is all about what God did. And yes, Daddy came to a dark place, but God restored him, and God restored his soul. And so there is a happy outcome. There's a happy story, but she didn't know that. And that was hard for us to walk through as a family. And it's still kind of triggering for her in a way if she hears about suicides or people that don't want to live or anything. That's triggering for her. What was your favorite part of the book? Do you have a favorite part?
What chapter is the Phoenix?
9, I think.
Then 9.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I just really like that chapter.
I like that chapter too. So if you guys haven't read Like a River, you can get it on Amazon. It's all about the story. Granger tells the story from his perspective, and it's a hopeful story, and I think it can help a lot of people through grief. And she's given it to a lot of her teachers at school too. Okay, speaking of school, is it hard to make friends at school that have the same values as you? Let me read that again. Is it hard to make friends at school that have the same values as you? Or no?
What?
Is it hard? Okay, I'll ask it a different way. I'll ask the way that somebody else asked it. What is some advice for girls continuing to shine God's light in middle school friend groups?
It's hard.
Okay. Why is it hard?
Because people are going to pick on you because of your personality and that you have the joy of the Lord and stuff, and they're going to pick on you and they're going to choose only you, and they're going to be mean to you, and then they're going to what's the word? They're going to want to be your best friend. And then only for a day though. And then the next day they're going to hate you, and they're going to be mean to you, and then they're going to tell you stuff that you don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah. We're walking through some things right now in middle school. Middle school's hard. Middle school was hard for me too, and all of my friends that I talk to. For one, just hormones and navigating life as a girl in middle school and friend groups. And I think there's so much of a pull to the world.
And then they're not going to say sorry.
Yeah. I think they're coming into their own of who they are and learning who they are. And sometimes we don't always treat people the best, do we? Mm-mm. So what advice would you give to somebody as to how to walk through that?
Turn the other cheek.
Turn the other cheek. She has a sign on her door that says, what does it say?
TTOC.
Right, but what does it say at the top? Shine your light for Jesus.
Be kind and shine Jesus' light.
Be kind and shine Jesus' light, TTOC. So she says, turn the other cheek. But that's hard to do, right? You can't just act like it doesn't hurt your feelings.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of prayer at home. We come home, we talk about a lot of things. We pray together. I know she prays by herself. Somebody else said, do you have quiet time with God? Or what does your quiet time look like? Do you ever...
Just in my room at night.
Yeah. She started doing the McShane plan, and she read through the whole New Testament. So she just now, whenever she has a little bit of quiet time. Do you pray by yourself, though, in your room?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because we pray together. But middle school is hard, and it does take a lot of prayer and turning the other cheek and knowing who you are and not letting those things that other people say about you define you, and knowing who you are in the Lord and knowing who God created you in his image, and he has a plan and a purpose for your life, and it matters what he says about you, not what other people say about you. And also it's a lesson in forgiveness and having grace, because sometimes people say things they don't mean, and we're sinners and we hurt people. So it's a lesson in learning how to forgive each other and have grace for each other.
Also, don't do anything over text.
Yeah, it's better to talk in person or call. That's what we try to say, because there's so much that girls are like, or boys too. Well, is she mad at me? I don't know. I can't tell by this period. Or she didn't use an emoji, or, anything. Or they abbreviate everything. So it's just hard to tell if somebody's mad at you over text. Right? Okay.
Yeah.
What are your favorite ways that you model your love for Christ at school or around other people who might not know Jesus?
Well, for camp, I brought my Bible,
Mm-hmm.
and I read it at night. And then I'll bring up Bible verses and stuff. And I tell people to turn the other cheek sometimes.
Yeah. She's actually witnessed to other girls at school too, girls that have been going through a hard time or feel like they're not loved or they don't have worth. I mean, I have an app on her phone called Bark, so I can see every text that comes through, everything. It's an amazing app if you don't have it. And I've seen her witness to other girls, and I did not have that at 12 years old. I didn't have that. So I hope you keep that, and I hope that you continue to shine God's light even on hard days. All right, sweet girl. We are going to get into a little bit of deeper stuff right now.
Okay.
There's a lot of suffering in the world, and there's a lot of heartache and pain, and you have seen a lot of it in your life, only being 12, and that's everything from animals. We've buried a lot of sweet hamsters and chickens and cats. And yeah, we had a sweet cat that came, a stray cat, and she took care of it. And her love for animals is so deep. Like, she is a little animal whisperer. And we've had to walk through that with her, at a young age. But...
And I've trained my cat. Yeah. I trained Goose to come to me, and he only comes to me.
Yeah. Yeah, she loves animals. So I guess you still want to be a vet?
I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. She used to want to be a vet, but we'll see. But she also lost a little brother. And she was only 7 years old when that happened. And I can imagine that grief was really hard for her. But I guess nobody's really heard it from your perspective. So many people will ask, what was the hardest thing about walking through the loss of River?
Probably, for even, a year after, everybody was like, "Are you okay? What can I do for you? Oh, that must have been so sad." Or, little 4th grade girls would, tell me the story in their perspective, even though they don't even know what happened. Yeah. And then the teacher, my teacher would, kind of get mad at me for bringing it up, even though I didn't. And I don't know, it's just, a lot of people just, not anymore that much, but, I don't know, just, people keep asking about it and, asking about details and stuff.
So you think school was the hardest part? Because a lot of people, since Daddy was a singer, a lot of people knew the story, and it went out on the news and everything like that. So just people asking about it at school, and maybe if you were having an okay day and somebody came to you and asked about it, not really thinking about it. Do you feel like you were cared for in a way through that? Do you feel like you were able to express yourself and were you allowed to grieve in a certain way? Or how do you feel like you grieved? Because you're an emotional person, but you were 7, you know, and kids are really resilient. And by God's grace, you guys did really well through that pain. But I don't know, what do you feel like you want to share about that? Or what would you say to somebody who is a little brother or sister who might be walking through that loss? How did you get through that?
Well, one, you guys, because we didn't really, we knew Jesus, but not that well. Yeah. And so probably you guys, and then Jesus, of course. And also Lincoln, even though he was 5. Yeah. But, we could still talk to each other about it. Because even though I was there first and for, a long part, but Lincoln still saw it before you did.
So did you guys talk about it alone without us being around?
I don't remember.
Yeah. We're coming up on 5 years without River, and we've done a lot of healing, by God's grace. We've done a lot of healing through that. And now we can think about him with joy and smile, and now we can see videos and not get sad, and now we can look at videos and they're funny. Is there anything else you want to share about that? No. Is it hard for you to talk about still?
Kinda.
Yeah. Does it make you sad still?
Sometimes.
Okay. I don't mean to bring it up.
It's
okay. Do you feel that the heartache of losing River and all the little sweet people that we've had to say goodbye to, do you feel that has made you stronger?
Yeah.
I think so too. I think you are one of the strongest 12-year-olds that I know. So what are some things that could help a child or a brother or a sister who's grieving? What do you feel like people did for you that was good? And then you said the other people asking about it at school wasn't good. But were there things that people did for you that really helped you?
Well, y'all always you and Daddy would be sad in secret. I didn't know about all that stuff that y'all did before I read the book. And so y'all are just really strong for me and Lincoln. And yeah.
But we also let you see us cry too.
Yeah.
There would be days where we, obviously the deep, dark moments where I was like sobbing on the floor in my closet, I didn't let you guys see, but we were sad a lot and we cried a lot, and we let them know that that was okay, because we wanted them to know that whatever they're feeling is okay, and it's okay to cry, and it's okay to have joy, and it's okay to laugh, and it's okay to be mad. So I can only pray that we did the right things. And I know that all of this will still play out as you grow up and as you start to remember things and feel different things. But I'm so grateful for how God has brought you through that. And I think that you can be an encourager for somebody else going through that too. Okay, let me see. What are you looking forward to in growing in your relationship with God as you become a teenager?
I'm looking forward to reading the whole Bible, because the Old Testament's hard.
Yeah.
And getting involved in more youth things, because I went to Illinois the other day, or like a week ago. Yeah, for a youth conference, and that was really fun.
Yeah, and you get to go again this summer on a mission trip for school.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun. So getting involved in youth stuff. What is the best thing about being your age, and what is the hardest?
The best thing is that I'm in 6th grade, and so it's like it's the start of middle school, but I'm kind of like at the top of the school, I guess, kind of, and I get to go, I get more responsibility, but the worst thing is, I'm also, one of the good things is I'm also close to PG-13, and, one of the worst things is school's just hard, and never mind, I'm not gonna say
just
that.
In general, like academic wise or peer wise, or everything?
Both.
Okay. You looking forward to summer?
Yeah.
Who is stricter, mommy or daddy?
Daddy.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm so surprised. Okay.
You get upset easier, but Daddy's just like last night, I was asking Daddy if I could watch Squid Games because Lincoln watched it, and Daddy doesn't believe me.
Lincoln didn't watch it.
Yes, he did.
I think he found a way
YouTube.
around it. He found like clips on YouTube and figured out how to watch pieces of it.
And I was asking Daddy how to watch Squid Games, and he was just like, no. I was like, why? And he was like, because it's scary. I was like, but I watched Masters of the Air with you, and he was like, it's just scary, like faces blowing up and stuff. And I was like, that happened on Masters of the Air, and he was like, and you hated it. I was like, but it can't be that bad. And he was like, just no. The answer's no. I was like, why? He's like, the answer's no.
Yeah, he is much more patient in his answers. Like, he'll just say, the answer's no. I don't care if it bothers you. The answer's no. Whereas I'll get more frustrated easier if they keep asking. Okay, last question I'm going to ask you is, somebody asked, how can we pray for you? How can the people that watch Arise pray for you in this season of your life?
Well, right now for my voice. Because, friendships and middle school. And
Okay. I love you.
I love you
so much.
So
Thank
much.
you for being on my podcast. I can't wait for you guys to get to know more about London. She also has a YouTube channel. How can they find you? How do they search you? Just your name?
Yeah, London Smith.
Okay.
But there's a dude who's still in front of me, even though I have more subscribers than him. And he's at the top, and his name's London Smith, and he's a basketball player.
Okay, so it's not that London Smith. It's not the basketball player. So if you guys want to search for London, she makes videos that you can let your kids watch. They're funny. We have to approve all of them.
But and I don't sound like this.
She really enjoys making them. She's got a lot of her daddy in her. Her daddy had a camera since he was super little, creating shows for his mom and his dad with his brother. So London likes to do that too. So you guys go check her out. Go subscribe. Go like her little videos and comment on any of my platforms what you want to see London do more of in her videos. And I will see you guys next time. You guys are chosen. Thank you guys so much. Bye.